didn't love the last chapter. I felt like I could have done better. But I knew if I kept tweaking it, it would break, so I let it be as it was, to give it the benefit of the doubt. As far as what to write next, I'm unsure, as usual. Miriam is awake. She's brushing her teeth. We are going camping for her birthday. We'll see how it goes for Nora, how she'll sleep in the tent. Driving, dog, tent, animal, beach. That's all I wrote when we were there. 5 words. Five words. That's all I wrote when we were there. We're back now. Miriam is at Bloor Fruit Market. Nora's sleeping in her crib. I'm sitting with my notebook. The house is quiet. I wanted to write about the animal that was outside of our tent when we were sleeping. I dreamt of a massive frog. In the haze of waking up, I heard fur scrape along the outside of the tent. In the space between the dream and when I woke up, in the blackness of it, I imagined some hybrid animal, something between a frog and a fox, with a long tongue agape dragging along the tent in the dirt. I realized it was likely just a raccoon. I should set up the new modem the internet people sent us. Okay, I plugged it in. The guy said to wait until the 2 lights start flashing in unison. I looked at what I wrote down again. Driving, dog, tent, animal, beach. The animal in the woods, my inability to defend us. I should probably get some kind of firearm. Whenever we go to the doctor's office for Nora's checkups, the nurse always asks, "Do you, or does anyone in your home own a firearm?" To which I always respond, "No. But should we get one?" It is awkward for them to laugh. There's always a new nurse, so I can make my joke again and again, and I always think I'm so clever with my response. When Miriam came home, I went and cleaned out the car. I vacuumed all the sand from the beach and the dirt from the campsite. I vacuumed all the Cheerios from Nora's car seat. I wiped down all the seats, the milk stains from Nora's bottles. I put all the camping gear in the garage. I didn't organize it. I'll do that later. I went inside and cleaned the oven. Miriam said that Nora stood for a moment without holding on to anything. We ate watermelon and cheese and crackers. Miriam and Nora going swimming. I'm back here, sitting with my notebook. The lights on the modem are flashing now in the way that the guy said they would. I plugged it in. It's loading now. Cycling through the lights. It isn't working yet. So I'm staring at the lights, waiting for them to do what they're doing. The router light has changed. Now it is there. We have internet again. Hopefully it works better now. As Yeehaw pointed out, if it doesn't work from here, all we can do is go to their house and kill them. The internet people. We will have to go to their house and kill them. But I have no gun, despite the nurse's perpetual request. So I don't think I will be able to kill them. To kill the internet people. To make sure our internet works properly. Because sometimes it cuts out and we need to restart the modem in order for it to work again. And this happens when Yeehaw is on a work call, and then it gets dropped and she yells from the basement, "Internet," or writes a text message, "Internet's out," and I turn around and unplug the modem and then plug it back in, and we wait a minute or 2 for it to work again. When we were camping, there was no internet signal at all, and who to kill then? I can only think of one person, and he's not a person at all. But I have no gun, despite the nurse's perpetual request, so I cannot go to his house and kill him for not giving us internet. Instead, perhaps, I should have captured that animal that warm-blooded frog with its golden black fur and its tongue agape dragging along the dirt and the nylon of the tent. Perhaps I should have captured that animal and killed it with a stick and a rock or with my bare hands. Perhaps I should have been bit by that animal and infected with some disease or another, and then to sacrifice the animal along with some unblemished turtle doves. I'll have to find some unblemished turtle doves to sacrifice to the internet god. When we got off the highway, the roads became quiet. There was a dog ahead who must have belonged to one of the nearby farmhouses. I slowed down some and took a stick that it had found and began to run away. But as I approached, the dog ran back into the road, and if I hadn't have slammed on the brakes when I did, I would have hit that dog. But it was okay, and he lazily trotted off with the stick in his mouth, no sense of alarm or danger at all. I'm watching the leaves and the wind outside the window. I'm watching the green modem light flickering. We walked through a trail towards the lake. Nora was up on my shoulders. It was the first time Nora had ever been to a beach before. It was early. We were the only ones there. I sat in a fold-out chair, watching Nora and Miriam play in the sand and the water. I had the sense that it was as good as my life ever was, or would ever need to be. The internet has been stable. I'm thinking about editing this book as a whole. How I'll be able to string it all together. The bigger narrative of it all. I'll sort it out. I took Nora for a walk. She ate her Cheerios. I pushed her stroller. Her feet stuck out into the sun. I put more sunscreen on them like her mom had told me. We went on the swing in the park. We looked at a spider on the fence. We looked at its web. I told her what I knew about it, which wasn't much. Tomorrow I'll put everything together that I've written so far to see what I have. It will be less than usual, but that's probably for the best. It might be good to do something a bit shorter this time around. I looked down at the notes I'd written again from our vacation. Driving, dog, tent, animal, beach. I wiped Nora's stroller down, the dirt and the Cheerios. I felt grateful that I was here, where I was, outside of the house that my wife grew up in, the little asshole Jew from Yeehaw Sh town. Maybe I've written this idea before, in some way or another, but by the time I was born, there was already enough books written that would last anyone a lifetime of reading. The world does not need another book. They don't need my book. It isn't science or politics. It's something else. It is something profoundly useless. If no new book is ever written, it will be okay. But it seems we cannot help it. Like molds growing from nothingness, slowly infesting from behind the walls. Soon, the entire house enveloped in a black, simmering fuzz.